This is 18 News at 6.
This was not a protest. This was an insurrection. This was a well-organized attack on our country that was incited by Donald Trump.
With just 1 week left in office, President Donald Trump has become the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. Good evening, everyone. I'm Zach Wheeler.
And I'm Jordan Norquist. Thank you for joining us for 18 News at 6. In an historic moment, the House voting by a margin of 232 to 197 to impeach President Donald Trump for his role in inciting the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
A total of 10 Republican House members voted with their Democratic colleagues in favor of impeachment. This marks the most votes by a president's own party to agree to impeachment, coming just 13 months after the first one. Lawmakers debating on the House floor for several hours before reaching that decision on the single article of impeachment for, as Jordan mentioned, incitement of insurrection, exactly 1 week after that deadly event that unfolded on January 6. Out of the 10 House Republicans that voted in favor of the impeachment, Congressman Tom Reed was not one of them. Reed is speaking out tonight about his decision, and our Corning Bureau Chief Ariel Salk spoke with him, and she has more. Good evening, Ariel.
Good evening, Zach and Jordan. Representative Tom Reed has been outspoken about the need for President Trump to face justice after the riots. But he claims that this is a rushed impeachment and that other actions, including the censure, would be a more appropriate measure to take against the president.
My position on this, I do not support impeachment. We've issued numerous statements on the issue. I think snap impeachment is not the way to go. It is not substantively the right thing to do.
Reed co-signs a resolution to condemn and censure President Trump with Pennsylvania Representative Brian Fitzpatrick. Reporting live in the Corning Bureau, Ariel Salk, 18 News.
All right, thank you so much, Ariel. Now, following today's vote, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will now send the article of impeachment to the Senate, though the timeline of the impeachment proceedings is still unclear. 18 News reporter Grant Chungo spoke with a constitutional lawyer about why the House chose to act sooner on this vote rather than later. He joins us now live in the studio with more. Grant?
Yeah, good evening, Zach and Jordan. So with the second impeachment of President Trump today, it leaves many people still with questions on the proceedings. Now today, I tried to find out some of the answers to these questions and spoke with Cornell law professor Robert Hockett, who shared the reasoning behind why the House moved forward with this impeachment.
The hope of either removing or tying the hands of Mr. Trump for the remaining days that he's in office, which of course are counting down quickly. Of course, the insurrection occurred a week ago when Mr. Trump still had 2 weeks left in office. And I think there was, actual concern, serious concern that he might try more insurrectionary incitements of the kind that he apparently tried a week ago.
Professor Hockett also shared why this impeachment is even more historic than you may think.
You've got this sort of added charge, which is quite extraordinary in our history. It's just there's just no precedent for it. Where the claim is that the president incited an insurrection against the government of the United States, and in that sense attempted a coup. And that is, not only is an impeachment for that on that basis unprecedented in our history, but even an accusation.
Professor Hockett says if the trial is delayed, it would allow Mr. Biden to take office without tying up any loose ends from the previous administration. Again, it would also allow him just to take that office and, again, not tie up any of those loose ends. Reporting in the Satellite Center, Grant Chungo, 18 News.